Hello, Vodlets, and welcome back for more 2008. Tucker, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Smack down.
Back down. JBL.
Yeah, I
Come
thought
go
so.
home.
Yeah, I thought about it, and I was like, I don't think we need him here. Go home, Bradshaw. I was about to say go home, Brad. That's not his name. Go home, Brad.
Maybe we call him Brad.
Yeah, just him, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh. The song I'm listening to just said, "Can't figure out where we're meant to be." Yeah, that's
Wow.
legit.
That's wild.
Serious. Yeah. San Jose, California.
Pog.
There we are. Right, 206 for the energy,
Healthy.
for the stored brain power.
Brain juice. Oh.
I would hope so.
Rare dub.
Literally. I like apparently. That's great. Like, we're not totally sure, but
Yeah.
you know.
They've been hanging out. Oh,
Yo, she's going nuts tonight. What the hell?
yeah. Not awful. Not awful. Let's go.
Women exclusive events tonight.
True. Well, I mean, Domino was there.
Domino, yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a women exclusive open forum.
Oh, I don't think I can. I think somebody's gonna. Yeah, see, this son of a bitch.
Well,
you were almost right.
It's mostly women, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly
I think
women.
if we allowed Deuce, I think we can allow Evan Bourne.
I wonder if Nat is not pissed or whether she has just given up on the concept of the open forum.
Nat is not pissed.
Hey.
The only thing that I have found interesting while doing some personal things in TEW.
Oh, okay.
Is that the open forum is a negative.
I thought it might have been. Yeah, actually. I remember that. Because I don't know what form it took, but I swear this used to be a thing in old games as well.
Yes, it did. There was the ability. I don't know if it was exactly called open forum. Was it just maybe it was just called clear the air?
Clear the air, yes.
And you just let whoever talk. The cool thing, the other cool thing that I found in personal saves and stuff like that is when booking my TVs, doing angle of what were they called? Purposes, focuses, whatever it was.
Sure.
Or content type, I think it was.
Yep.
There is a note on the end screen that says this show got a bonus for having a varied variety of angles.
Huh. I swear we've done shows where we've had like all of them.
Yes,
though.
I agree. I don't know. I do not know. It's very strange.
Keep testing, Tucker. Keep investigating.
It works on half-an-hour shows and an hour shows. That's what I know.
Maybe not an hour and a half shows. Maybe that's the problem.
It's too long. It's too long to have that much for notable variety.
Yeah.
You'd have to have variety if you were going for an hour and a half. Maybe that's the idea. I don't know.
First thing I want to do today is I want to see what happened on the last SmackDown. Even before we show our World Heavyweight Champion, Bobby Lashley. Okay. So Seek and Destroy went again and defeated Deuce and Domino for the second time. I think we're like, probably, it makes sense for me momentum-wise to be building to a tag title match with them. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're on board. We had the Cruiserweight conflict, the return of Captain Charisma.
Did.
Vladimir Kozlov defeated Santino Marella. Doug Basham defeated Jack Swagger to become the #1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship. Is that booked for tonight? I believe it. No, it's booked for Saturday, right?
Yes.
Cool. Tonight, we've got Evan Bourne versus Finlay, which arose out of Finlay being a crotchety old man, right?
Yeah, he doesn't like how these new guys work.
Gotcha. Kind of like that. I do like that for sure. Okay. We've also got a building conflict within the cruiserweights, right? Between the good guys and Millennium, essentially.
I'm trying to spurn my memory on who the good guys are.
Bones.
Oh, yes. Bones.
Ray and Bourne, mainly, I think, are the three.
Yeah, we did the... Okay, so we had... Yeah, Jones went to Helms backstage, and Helms wouldn't talk to him. And then he went right after him in the Battle Royal.
Yeah. And then we're also building right to Nobunaga. Not Nobunaga. Dion Torres getting a tag title match at some point. Seek and Destroy. Yeah. Can you go back to the previous SmackDown? Because I know Dion Torres won against Flash. Okay. And then just make sure the previous SmackDown he didn't fight Tyson yet?
He is not. He lost to Kofi.
Cool. That was the match where Kofi got injured, right?
I'm gonna say, I'm like, is he the one who hurt Kofi? Oh god, he's done.
Okay. Right. Okay. I think I'm ready to start the show. There's a few pieces not in place, but I think I've got a rough idea of where we're going tonight. And we're going to kick things off with a graphic that tonight in the main event, Bobby Lashley, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels are going to sign the contract for their triple threat match on Saturday.
Massive.
And then we'll kick things off with Evan Bourne versus Bobby Lashley.
Sorry?
Ah, fuck. Look, when Bobby Lashley's not on screen, everyone should be asking, where's Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley, Finley, they're basically the same guy. I understand.
I mean, yeah. It's okay.
No differences between these men.
In my head, same guy.
They're both tough. Generally.
Yeah. Okay. This match, 7, 8, 9 is in my head.
I like 7.
Okay. You always hate Finley going long, even though that, sort of what he does.
Yes, that is the bit.
Good sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think this might be Finley's. Okay.
No, I hear you. I kind of like it too. I hear you.
I think there's an interesting intercontinental title match down the line here, and we've already had Evan fight for it. So building Finley up a little for that, I think, is where I'd like to go. Maybe Finley can do a little cheating.
I like it.
Rakes the eye, something classic and dirty.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Let's go flash pinfall as well. Let's have him roll him up afterwards.
Oh my god, what a bastard.
What a bastard.
He has the gall to say anything about how people conduct themselves in the ring.
There you go. Okay. Doug Basham. Ooh, actually. Yeah. So Doug Basham is going to go to Jack Swagger backstage.
Yep.
And he's going to say that he respects the effort that he put into the match last week, and that there's just something about you, kid. You represent what it means to be a true American fighting for the American dream. And even though you lost last week, I saw how much heart you had, and I wanted to offer to take you under my wing. I wanted you to be, in my corner on Saturday to see me win the Intercontinental Championship and bring it home for the United States of America from that evil Scotsman. Thoughts, additions, alterations?
Yeah, no, I think that's all good. Jack Swagger's just like, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We can go like cameo on that then if he's going to drop a one-liner.
Yeah, it works for me.
Is the Bash Babe a background player, or is she just not present?
Yeah, that could work.
Cool. Doug Basham is building the American stable.
Real. 3, 2?
Both of those numbers are reasonable to me.
Let's go 2.
What's the storyline situation here on SmackDown at the moment with the mid-card? Is there any of these 3 people, like Drew, Doug, and Jack, in a storyline? Doug and Drew. Okay, so this will advance. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Were we looking at the other ones, or?
Unless you think Jack Swagger's randomly in one. Which
no, I don't think so.
No,
he's not in this one, so no, he's not.
Cool.
All right. We should probably hear from Christian at some point.
Maybe here, an interview.
Yeah.
I'm back because all the peeps wanted to see me back, and now I'm going to claim the Cruiserweight Championship at SummerSlam.
In the ring, or what?
I think backstage.
Okay.
It's only the Cruiserweights, Tucker. Let's not give him like a prominent spot on the show.
Understandable.
I'm mostly kidding. I just want to reserve that prominent spot on the show for a little bit of casual xenophobia I'm going to trigger later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did we ever debut the Apocalypse City woman?
No.
Cool. Are you ready to do that?
I believe we were waiting on... Yeah, we reset her gimmick, so we have to redo all the character ideas.
We need to build some new ones. Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Might send one of those today. I think this could be longer, and yeah, sure, he can shoot.
Yep.
5, maybe?
Sure. Yeah,
maybe 4, actually. He doesn't have to ramble for that long, but he can, like, stop and pause and do some gimmicky shit where he looks out into the non-existent crowd.
Based. Hairdryer pop.
Hairdryer. Oh, I know what that's a reference to, but it's gone. It's out of my mind. You're gonna have to explain it.
I guess Thursday Night SmackDown's live now, so we couldn't do it. But that is like the classic SmackDown pop where they come on and it sounds like a hairdryer, where it's like,
yep. Maybe, but what's Bones going to do this week? Having failed to gain answers from... I mean, he should probably fight Helms soon. Is it tonight? It could be. That's a main event. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm down if you are.
All right, yeah, I'm down. Let's throw a graphic for it. Later tonight, Helms versus Bones. It's not the main. The main's the contract signing. It's just later.
I like later. Yeah, that's good.
I want people to be like surprised when the show ends. Oh, that was the. That was the last one. Oh, okay, sure. All right, that makes sense, I guess. Let's do a SummerSlam ad here, and then we can go into a match. Ooh. Sorry if that sounded awful. I just brushed my mic. Right. Tyson Kidd versus Dion Torres.
Love it.
6?
Okay, yeah, I was at about 5-6. So yeah. Perfect.
This is not like, we're not trying to get the best match these two could possibly have here. It's just a little showcase.
Yep.
Afterwards, we cut backstage, and I think the Miracle Entente are recovering from their injuries.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know. Is this a moment where Renee just gives out on Taz? Like, Taz, I imagine Taz is there with them recuperating.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Doesn't necessarily have to be, but if he is, then is this where Renee just says, like, what were you thinking? Like, and maybe just, is this the moment where Renee just goes out on Taz and tells him, like, all the things that he's done wrong, and, like, it's not necessarily a breakup, but it's like Renee is not happy.
Yeah, I like that. You know, like, you fucked around on me for years. You've brought Santino in, pretty much moved on within 6 months to go find some other big guy, brought him back, tried to fight him against Santino, and look at how Santino is. Santino's
Mamma mia!
It's been an entire week and I still can't breathe properly.
True. It feels like he's still on top of me. It's like a bear. Bigger than a bear.
Yeah, fuck you, Taz.
Does Taz respond, or is he just like, you know what, these guys are hurting, I'm gonna let them give out on me a little?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like, I don't know. I didn't really have Taz react.
Respond, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's just kind of like, oh.
Let's go non-speaking appearance then on Taz.
He's like, I will have to think about this. Vlad off screen, probably, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's mentioned enough for that to be true.
I would say that's character development.
Selling an injury.
Yeah.
In brackets, again.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
4?
Sure.
There's a little bit of, like, selling injury in there. It felt like there's room for it to be a bit longer.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Cool. All right. I think, yeah, this is a good spot for Kevin Nash to run into Dion Torres, who's just got backstage, and be like, hey, kids, I like what I'm seeing out there. You've beaten the tag team champions. I'm going to give you a tag team title match with a partner of your choosing next week. Oh, Saturday? Saturday. Right? There's no conflict of that.
Yeah, it works. Saturday. I'll take
cool.
that.
Saturday. It's a nice addition to the card.
Speaking appearance, I think, on him. He just is like standing there, like, oh, okay.
Yep. Well, this is what he wanted, right? This was his plan.
I don't know that.
Nash gives Torres a shot.
Foreshadowing.
Could be tease, storyline development, or generic.
Go with tease. I like tease. Tease works.
Cool. Do we have Torres in a storyline right now? We do, I think. It's called Who the Hell Is That?
Oh yeah, true.
So
it's hot.
That's cool. Let's
real shit.
Let's give Torres a regular old unreciprocated storyline victory there. I think you can do this without it advancing the storyline, and this will make it advance the storyline, as if you had put in advanced storyline, if I remember correctly.
I do not know. We'll have to see.
We'll find out. Cool. What are you humming about over there?
Nothing, just thinking.
Cool.
I've not had a lot of ideas jump into my brain here. So
yeah, all good.
I'm just like,
What's Elijah Burke been up to lately?
Getting his ass kicked by JBL and the Undertaker.
I mean, on screen.
I was gonna say, I have no clue when that note happened, but I read it and I went, "What the fuck? He would have died."
I remember it. I remember it vaguely. It was like last week, I think, or maybe the week before. What did Bert do last week, if anything?
He might have just done an interview, if anything. He did nothing.
Oh yeah, Idol. We need to do the Idol. This is a good spot for Idol's gimmick.
Doesn't want to talk about it.
He's scared of the Big Show now.
Oh yes. Yes, he's attempting to hide from the Big Show.
Yeah.
Yes, he saw the shadow of the Big Show last week. So my idea for this week would be that he's I don't know, he's dressed up as like some kind of employee. I don't know who it could be.
A janitor.
Yeah, that works. I was thinking like a character, but that works. That works.
Maybe DX can walk past him and be like, "Hey, isn't that Idol Stevens?" Sean's like, "Nah, it's just a janitor."
It's pretty great. That's pretty good.
I'm thinking all three men on comedy then, if that's the way we want to go.
Yep.
Big Show off screen, maybe.
Yeah, I dig that. I think this might be another situation though where Triple H is Triple H is playing straight man, right? So he might be actually I don't know what he would be.
But he's the one pointing out that that's Idol Stevens, and Sean's like, "Nah, it's just a janitor."
Yeah.
Triple H just shrugs it off because he doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess there's something funny about what Triple H is doing. I guess that's working.
Oh, I see. I thought you were not liking the angle. I see now that you're struggling with what to put. I would still put comic relief because he's playing a part in the comedy.
That works for me.
Yeah.
That's a decent enough explanation.
I get where you're coming from on it though, but I think just, this is a comedy angle, rate everyone in comedy.
Yep. 2?
2? Yeah, I think 2.
Yeah, I agree. A normal janitor, clearly.
A normal janitor.
Oh, he's shooting.
Yep. I want to improv, boss.
Hey, isn't that stupid fuck the Idol Steven?
Got him.
Oh, Hunter, that's just a poor broke janitor. Look at him. They just go crazy.
Seek and destroy promo to camera. I like it. Maybe it's just with some sort of green screen Badlands behind them.
I love it. I love the idea that we just keep switching what the green screen background is.
Cool. We are
talk in theory.
That's a good question. I am curious. Yeah,
kinda.
Pretty good actually.
I think he's kind of same with Shark. So yeah, they can both talk.
And this is a pretty simple promo. It's basically like, we are the top of the food chain, and together we're unstoppable. You better watch out, because once we got our sights on you, we're gonna chic and destroy. Ignore the H in there. It was an accident. I didn't mean chic. Chic and destroy. It's the version afterwards where Predator drops Shark and gets the Iron Cheek. Hype, I think. Or generic. I think generic is reasonable too, if that's what you want to do. Yeah.
Generic is what I would typically do for a promo.
I would call this a generic hype promo. So, it's
you're probably right.
So it could be either. Okay, bridge here. Maybe the post SummerSlam tour we start promoting.
Yep, I like it. That sounds like John Cena.
Yeah, sure. Well, my instinct was Dave Bautista.
Sure.
And we could hype it up on the fact that he hasn't been doing house shows lately, but after SummerSlam he's gonna do a few.
What's the fall tour called, buddy?
I don't think this is quite the fall tour yet. This is the post SummerSlam tour, so we could call it the dying days of summer.
Sure. Works for me.
Cool. A bit more snappy would be the Sunset tour.
Oh, that's much better.
Cool. Okay, and then out to the ring comes the Moscow Mauler, Vladimir Kozlov, who is going to get on the mic.
Oh my god.
And say that he has conquered the Milan Miracle. He's conquered Ultra Instinct Rene Sebastian Dupree. But that is nothing, because his real goal has been to come here to the United States of America and conquer the USA. You see, all you Americans, you are weak, you are uneducated, you are basic. I have come to bring my style of martial arts to your primitive fighting ring and become your world champion. So all of you weak Americans better be ready, because I have arrived.
Three? Four?
He's got to enter.
Yeah.
He walks, well, actually, he walks kind of fast sometimes, but I think...
He does, yeah.
I think I'm going to have him walk kind of slow.
It's the beat of his song. He has to walk to it.
That's really...
Lights out the song.
I'm thinking at least 4. And I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of times during the promo where he pauses for the USA chants.
Is that what he was supposed to be doing in that video?
I don't know. I wasn't. I was on my other monitor. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
The only time I went to look at what Kozlov was doing, it was when he's beating people up, and I was like, based, and then I turned back around. Also, can I mention? Do you watch the whole video?
I did, the whole thing.
The way he points at the sledgehammer, I really like it. I think he was doing a really good job in that angle.
At first, I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb and gimmicky. And then when he did it the second time, I was like, no, this is pretty sick, actually.
And when he's the way he's shaking his head and using his hand, I actually think he's doing a really good job. I remember.
This, like,
go ahead.
I suddenly got this like element of the character that I don't think was totally intended. Where I was like, wait, is this guy respectful? Like he doesn't fuck around with that weapon. Like I get, obviously he just doesn't want to get hit with a fucking sledgehammer, but I was also like, the way he's doing it, I'm like, it seems like it's a sign of disrespect to him. Like,
okay, that's cool.
He's insulted that somebody would bring a weapon to fight him.
Watching that video illuminated something for me, and that was, and I think it's something I always kind of knew, but I always attributed the failure of that whole arc to Kozlov, because like, oh, that was really dumb that they pushed him in the main event. And now watching, I was like, no, actually, it was all pretty good until Edge got involved. The person who ruined that angle for me was Edge, and it wasn't ruined it, but it was like, he added nothing. There was no reason Edge needed to be there. They should have just done the whole thing.
There was none.
What I will say is that because of the context of the video, it misses out on the fact that Edge is important to the Jeff Matt storyline. But like, yeah, I still don't think it was worth it. Like, definitely, yeah.
When Edge told him in that interview, like, nobody cares about you. This is the only reason you're here involved in your brother's business. And I looked and I saw the date was December 2008. I went, oh, fuck, this is the start of that, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy. I'm like, well done to them. Like, that just parlayed itself, like, perfectly. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, if I haven't watched it in a while, but from what I remember, the reason why that feud went down like a lead balloon is because the match was bad.
Yes.
They were both, I think, a little, I don't know why, I think they were both pretty checked out at that time, a little bit. I think maybe Jeff wasn't happy with how the reign went or something, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, he wins it in December, and he definitely doesn't have it by the start of April, so...
Oh, yeah, a lot earlier than that.
Yeah, oh, yeah? Wow.
I think it's the Rumble. I think Edge beats him at the Rumble.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I'd probably also be fucking done. I'd be like,
but it's such a waste, though, because, again, Edge loses it at Elimination Chamber. Because I'm pretty sure that's the year where Edge loses the WWE title in the first chamber and wins the world title in the second chamber.
So weird. They took this whole program about Jeff Hardy and they were like, our solution, our end product is push Edge again.
Do you want to know what the SmackDown World Title match is at WrestleMania 25? Do you remember it?
Okay, hold on. This is the year where the belts switch, so it's Oh, is it World Heavyweight title? Is that Cena edged Big Show?
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. It's the WWE title I would probably never get. Oh, wait, no, that's Orton Triple H.
That's also correct. Yeah.
All right, Mania 25, most memorable Mania.
I think I've said this before, but I want to put it on record again. WrestleMania 25 is, I think, in my opinion, the worst show of all time for what it does. Like in a mixture, it's not like objectively worse than like billions of other shows, but in terms of expectations, importance, and then impact, I think it's the worst show of all time. Like, there's one genuine classic on there, but everything else on that card is not objectively, but is so atrocious. And also, it's like it's the peak of them trying to reinvent their product and failing to do so. And it's awful. And everything that comes afterwards, I think, is awful. It has a terrible effect on the product. Not only does the bad stuff have a terrible effect on the product, but the good stuff has a terrible effect on the product. Undertaker Shawn Michaels, as good of a match as it is, I don't think has a positive impact on the WWE's in-ring style. I think it has a detrimental effect because people do start copying it and copying it poorly. And I think WrestleMania 25 is an awful show.
And then if I can be like totally honest about that too, it trickles down even further than that, where I would say Shawn Michaels Undertaker has had a detrimental effect on professional wrestling, period.
I think I agree.
It has caused the style homogenization that has, I think, so badly hurt a lot of people's enjoyment of this. Every single company does the exact same thing. There's a reason, I've said this a couple months ago, there's a reason why Mike Bailey can go to any promotion in the world and have a Mike Bailey banger match. It's because every single product in the world is conducive to how, not just specifically him, he's just the example I think of because he just travels everywhere and puts on the Mike Bailey banger, and it's awesome. But he could just do that anywhere. There's no promotion where he does not fit. And that is concerning, I think, to me at least. Because
just to like flesh that out a bit and ask you a question, and that's not because Mike Bailey's a chameleon. He's not changing. It's just that every product is, because Chris Hero in 2016 could go to any promotion in the world and have a banger, but he was having very different matches every time. Yeah.
People are bringing Mike Bailey in to do a Mike Bailey match.
Yeah.
He just happens to fit in with the product of professional wrestling, I guess, as it is. Like, because everything has kind of become this ROH, New Japan kind of blended thing. I don't really know what the fuck I'd call it, but like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, work rate, sports scent type stuff is just everywhere. It's everything.
It's crazy. I feel I didn't watch Mania 25 and 26 as a kid, but I know most of the stuff around that point. Yeah, 26 is also a bad show, but I think that for one, it has a good main event, and I've said this for years and years and years. I think if a show has a good main event, it does so much for it, and if it has a bad main event, then it does so much for it. And luckily for 26, it actually put the best match on last, which 25 didn't do. And then also the horse is already gone for me by 26. It's like, sure, it's a bad show, but what are they supposed to do? Like, their product is so irredeemably in the toilet at that point that there's very little that they can do to redeem it for me.
The Kozlov Triple H Hardy stuff is quite good, and like I was invested enough to watch like a full hour and a half or whatever that was last night of it. But literally from the very first match, I was like, "Oh fuck!" The bite is totally gone. Like just from the presentation of like the very first match, I think it's a championship scramble, and then it's Hardy versus Brian Kendrick. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like the air's already out of the balloon. Like it's done. Like already. Like they have lost the.
I don't know if I agree with that. I definitely think throughout that. Jeff was, I get what it's hard, but I think that Jeff does get them back into it time after time.
Okay, yeah, I would say you're right on that. That is the most, I would say that as it goes on, they get more and more into it, but I just feel like initially there was just such this feeling of like, holy fuck, we are in like, we have to keep making these shows because this is what our company does. Like, this is just how it is.
I'm less critical of the early stuff in that video than you. I think Triple H is playing a good role. I think Jeff's being Jeff, and I don't necessarily love Jeff, but I can't deny how over he is, and how, you know, how much he appeals to the audience at that time. And I think Kozlov's doing a good job as well. Like I said, I think it was all pretty well put together. I saw Kali got involved at some point. That was a mistake, but like it seemed to be a brief one.
So big for randomly, but it was just like Kozlov and Kali are now fighting them both. I was like, holy shit, what happened? That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was a brief Kali appearance, which was okay.
There was like a half second of like, maybe they do a tag team match or something like that where they fight the monsters, and they got it in there and they went, actually. This won't work. We can't do this.
Well, if they had just done either the triple threat they were going to do at Survivor Series, or just finish it off in a Jeff Hardy Triple H match, and that honestly, I'm sure there's stuff like, oh, we love Edge right now, and we want to push the fuck out of him, but part of it might have just been Triple H being like,
I was gonna say Edge is there to take a pin that Triple H did not want to take. Just FYI, that is literally why. There. And
like, Kozlov couldn't have taken that pin for what they wanted to do for him, and I get that, but they should have just had him pin Triple H. I mean that's just what should have happened.
It's really, like, going into it, I had completely forgotten. I mean, I didn't completely forget. I at first was thinking Survivor Series was where he won it, and I was like, oh right, because like Kozlov will give Triple H an excuse because it seems like Triple H has a hard time dealing with Kozlov, but he's kind of got Jeff Hardy figured out. Jeff will capitalize on that, and that's his win. That's awesome. And then it was just like, nah, he, like, they were like, hey, he overdosed in his hotel. I mean, sorry, he was attacked. He was attacked. Yeah, guys, he was attacked. And it's like, just the way they sold that initially, where they were like, he was found unconscious in his locker room, and all. Oh
yeah, did you like how JR listed media outlets? He's like NBC, CSB, or whatever, and there's like WWE.com.
You just news outlets: TMZ, ABC, CBC, and or CBC, CBS. It would be down there, and WWE.com. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, two things before we move on to the story. One, I mean, just in general, I think the Edge edition messes the storyline up so much. But one of the reasons is they do this whole bit where Jeff's out and Edge replaces him, only for Jeff to just come back during the match.
Seconds later, like 20 seconds after he comes out, and then they immediately go into who attacked Jeff Hardy. And I was just like, why does it even fucking matter?
I don't even think they cared. I don't even think they ever had like a come out and like, oh, we've got TV footage or whatever. It's just meant to be obviously Edge.
yeah. It's, I don't know, just weird. The only other thing.
Go ahead.
The only other thing I'd say, and it kind of piggybacks on that thing I was saying earlier, everything just feels tired at that point.
Yeah. It's like they wanted to extend it for some reason.
One of the first angles, well, I just mean the product just feels tired. Like, it just feels like the whole show is like gasping. Like,
see, I understand where you're coming from, but I think I disagree with that take. For me, this is a product that's like, there's potential in it. It's like, we are clearly going through a transition period here. Things are getting different, and we might find something that works. You know, we've got some fresh talent like Jeff in particular, but like Vladimir Kozlov's also there. Obviously he's not that good, but like he's new, and he's being pushed in the main event scene, which can feel fresh. And then, you know, the set's changed, the perception of the sort of show has changed, and they're trying to figure out what their identity is. I don't think it's until 25 and fuck it, Triple H and Randy Orton then have them feud for the next fucking year. I don't think it's until that point where it's like, okay, this hasn't worked. They haven't reinvented the product. Yeah.
So I guess two things I'd say there. The first thing being, I thought Kozlov was pretty fucking solid in everything I saw him in. I was like, he does his role and he doesn't fuck anything up. Like, fuck yeah. Second thing, just a couple lines that stuck out in my head. I messaged you about the first one where it was, I think, Triple H and Jeff Hardy like turned the tide on Vladimir Kozlov, and they just kind of like punch him out of the ring, and JR goes, what chaos. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then later on, when they do the triple threat match, Edge spears Jeff Hardy through the announce table, And JR says, "I have never seen such violence in my life." And I'm like, dude, you were here like a year ago. Like, do not. Why are you lying? Like, it just.
Hey,
yeah, like,
the audience might not have. I like it. I thought I really enjoyed the commentary in that video. I get where you're coming from. It doesn't always land, but I think that's what JR is best at. I think he's still in really good form in that video. I think he's doing really well at like selling. Most importantly, the Jeff thing. It's like, oh my god, this guy, can he achieve his dreams? And I think he really gets that across.
I hate to like keep derailing us, but I do just have one more thing to add. I was shocked by the amount of headshots in that video. I was like, this is late 08, guys. Holy fuck.
Like,
I thought
chairs?
it was like, yeah, like, dude, every single Jeff Hardy chair shot he's headshotting people. I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, I don't know if they have the fine thing in place at that point.
I thought it was pretty like quick in 07 to start stopping that, but I guess not. I didn't see them in the video, but I wasn't. Like I said, it was second monitor content for me, so I'm sure they were there.
I would love to say everybody got their hands up and they were safe, but like, yeah, no, it was every single time Jeff Hardy swung a chair, it was for somebody's head, and like, I think like 5 different times he connected. And every single time I was like, holy fuck, we're still doing this. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn. Anyways.
I have one last thing, and I don't think we're going to talk about this long about that, is that I think it was the first, or maybe it was the second Jeff Hardy Triple H match, the one where Hardy hits the Swanton into Triple H, like, rolling over.
Yep.
That was awful. That was really bad. Not only does Triple H not sell the Swanton very well at all, the cradle, I don't know what you'd call it technically, but whatever he does is really poor technically. It's just an awful finish.
That's a crucifix.
Yeah,
the pin that he's got him in there. Yeah, no, I agree. I think I didn't.
It's a cool idea, but it's awful. Yeah,
I didn't remember that going away, but I do remember in the moment being like, this makes Jeff look weak. He looks kind of stupid for not being able to like get out of that. I think slow. I think
the decision is fine to have Triple H counter into some sort of quick pin because he's just crafty and older and stuff. But but
it was slow.
It was very poorly executed, and also I think he only got to a 1 count on the Swanton before he did it he didn't sell it very well at all. And I think you'd be better off him getting a knee up and then doing it maybe or something. But like. They had already done the rollover thing previous. Okay, yeah. By the second match, it was probably I wasn't paying that much attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the second match, Jeff hits a Swanton, then goes up to hit a second one, and Triple H gets the knees up, and it's pretty fucking nasty. It's like, oh, fucking Jesus. Okay, and this guy has back problems.
And that's really cool because obviously that's a reaction to the first one not getting the job done last time. That's a cool beat. So fair play to them on that one.
Fair play. I just thought, Jeff Hardy's fucking, he's the extreme guy, man. He'll fuck it up. He'll find a way to fuck himself up if he has to. Like,
he'll go to the papers if he has to.
Fuck. I hate to one more.
Okay.
Vicky Guerrero was pretty okay in that. I thought she was quite mean a couple times, and I was like, damn.
Okay.
She's good at that.
It's really interesting that we like there's some things you think are terrible that I don't think are that bad, and then you say that my instinct is I thought she was bad in that. But what I will say is worth mentioning is that I watched this era when I was a child, and so I definitely hate Vicky Guerrero's character. So I think that there's a part of it that's probably like, I just hate that woman, which is probably a good, thing. But I don't know. I don't enjoy. I didn't and don't enjoy watching Vicky Guerrero do her Dolores Umbridge cosplay.
They gave her like she had one really good line where she said something along the lines of, I don't know, it was something about like, something is like kind of close, but I don't think it's gonna seal the deal, just like you, Jeff. And I was like, damn, that's really good. And then they just redid the same line in the next angle with the two of them, and I was like, okay,
we get it.
Yeah, literally. They did a second setup to get to the exact same line where she was like, close but no cigar, just like your life, Jeff. And I was like, okay, yeah, I gotcha. I hear you.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, just to summarize, I think a lot of that stuff was really good. To be honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
It felt in. I've said this before, where I think the WWE canon kind of dies after the Shaw and Undertaker thing, because like they completely switch style. Well, they start to completely switch styles.
Yeah.
But that felt like it existed in the old canon, where like
we should blame CM Punk for this as well.
Yes,
because I think what seals the deal on the product switch is a personnel influx. In particular, I say this a lot, but in particular, I think Seth Rollins is the man who comes in and changes the in-ring product forever. I think he's that guy. I think he's so emblematic of that 2010s, like 2009, 2012 ROH style. He comes in, he does it, people like it, and then people start emulating him.
It's that doing a lot, but not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, speaking of doing a lot but not doing anything, let's book. Hey, actually, that does make sense. Let's book a tag team match. I'm thinking,
just like Jeff Hardy.
I'm thinking Jesse and Festus take on Elijah Burke and some heel we have floating around.
I like it. Oh, that was the other killer Vicky Guerrero line where she was like, "Go get ready for your tag team match. That's what you do best, anyways."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good. I will give her that. But again, it's one of those things where that only works if you really solidly land the end of the feud. That only works if you really put him over, which they
establish that he is not just a tag guy. Yeah.
Which they kind of did. They kind of salvaged it in the last match, but then obviously the stuff afterwards is what it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Who's a bad guy we got who's floating around?
There is the Boogeyman.
Yeah, that seems kind of insane to me, but
there is Chavo Guerrero. Yep, also, I agree.
Robbie McAllister. Well, we don't have any heels floating around in this brand, buddy.
Not really. There is the Big Show.
Oh, yeah, I'd be kind of down.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. 3 minutes. The Big Show punches Jesse in the face.
Love it.
And pins him. Cool. Does Big Show maybe cut a promo on Stevens afterwards? I will find you, and I will kill you.
Yeah, I know you're hiding somewhere. I will find. Yeah, I love that. Yep. I will find you, and I will fucking
punch you.
Yeah, break your face.
I've got a WMD. Bush wants to find WMDs in Iraq. I've got a WMD right here with your name on it. Idol Stevens. Vote Obama.
Bush wants to find WMDs in Iraq. It's 07. It's 08. Damn.
We're topical, okay? Maybe there was some sort of withdrawal happening at the time.
3?
Yeah, 3 is fine. The U.S. deployed an additional 170,000 troops during the 2007 troop surge. Oh, wait, in 2008, President Bush agreed to withdraw all U.S. combat troops. So Big Show would be like, hey, Bush is giving up on finding WMDs when all he needs to do is look at this fist right here.
And that's the, what crisis is that? Or what crisis? Well, what is that? I was going to say crisis in quotations. What is that one? Is that one the 03, like the 03?
Iraq War? Yeah.
Is it Iraq? Okay, I thought so. I didn't want to say the wrong one.
Yeah.
Do they just go back then? Do they never actually leave? I kind of feel like Obama gets in there and says, "No, we're not actually going to leave." I think that's like a big thing.
I think they leave. Oh, it says here that Obama completed the process of withdrawing all combat troops by 2011.
Oh, okay. I apologize, Obama. Sorry, Obama.
Don't slander his name.
slander Obama.
Do they go back to Iraq? I don't think so, right?
I'm definitely thinking of like other countries in the area, obviously, because I'm thinking of like the big pullout that happened in 2020.
Yeah, that's Afghanistan, right? Because that's the
Taliban. I thought so, but again, I just don't want to fucking say the wrong place.
Yeah, we should probably move on from this topic. That's reasonable. Yeah. Big Show will find out Steven's cool. We've done the Miracle on Taunt thing I wanted to do. We did the casual xenophobia thing I wanted to do.
Dion Torres, backstage, is going to go to Rey Mysterio.
Yep, I agree. I was wondering whether we fit this in. Yeah, and I think it is right to do it on this show.
I have this title match coming up, and I am a man of Hispanic descent, which means I have a great love for luchadors. I would like you, Rey Mysterio, one of my favorite luchadors, to be my partner.
Hey, your voice sounds a little familiar.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I'll fight. I'll fight for the belts.
Okay.
Could this be a new iconic Hispanic tag team? It could be. All right. Yeah, 2 minutes is good.
Yeah. Character development. We'll go with that. We learned that Dion Torres is a man of Hispanic descent.
True. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he is? Shit, I thought he was Jamaican.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I did pretty good, I know. I didn't even really think about it when I was saying it. I was like, oh, it's fantastic, actually. It's really good.
Let's go major success for Kozlov in his angle. Unreciprocated. Also, is it 4 or 5? Because if it's 4, I want it to be 5. He is
behind the curtain.
Yeah, good job. I would probably not have gotten there. Can we go 5 on that angle?
Yes.
Also, I want an angle idea for this angle, I think.
Oh, sorry.
All good? Risky? I would like it to be risky. Okay, it's Triple H. Oh, well, there we go. Triple H signs a contract and teases dissent with his tag team partner.
Yep. Oh, Tag P.
With HBK? Okay, Tag P is good.
Tag P.
Tag P.
One more? Or?
Yeah. I'm willing to give it one more go. Hey, perfect! Russian man criticizes America. Sports culture or fight, it's fine. American culture is good. He specifically he's like, your martial arts are awful. What's up?
I hate to go back to it, but another thing that I really dislike is every single time Kozlov gets in the ring, like near Jeff Hardy, he just squares up. Nothing said, no facial reaction. He just suddenly puts his hands up, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
I love that JR is trying to sell this headbutt to the stomach as like a killer move the entire time, by the way.
So I'd only ever seen that in the video games, so when I saw how it was actually executed, and it's basically just a push, I was kind of sad. In the video games, he just jabs you with his fucking head, and it's lit, and then in that one, he just kind of puts his head down and just pushes out. And I'm like, oh, that's fair. That makes sense. Probably don't.
Understandable.
Probably don't impact your neck every time you do move. Man.
No, that doesn't make sense. Analyze this for me, please.
Yep.
Should we have Nat Hart complain that ever since Kevin Nash has taken over, she hasn't had as many chances? Like it was bad under Teddy Long, but it's worse under Kevin Nash.
I love it. Yeah, Neidhart can also say, like, she sent off all of her graduates and nobody else has come in. Like, damn it.
Kevin, can we hire some more women? And Kevin Nash can like be offended and respond very inappropriately. Like, okay, fine, I'll give you a huge spot, like a bikini contest.
Yeah.
Not on this show.
That's likely more. I was gonna say that's likely more tasteful than where I was gonna go with it. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe feel free to share, but feel free not.
Yeah, I don't think I really will, but
cool.
You can imagine what I was probably thinking from this guy down here.
Warning, the audience might think something worse than what you actually thought. So, be careful about leaving it in their imaginations.
I think they'll probably get it.
Okay, cool. They're smarter than me.
It's a man of power, and yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Cool.
Just making sure we're on the same page. Yeah, Neidhart is pissed.
Again. Brackets again.
Her and Renee. Wait a damn second.
I'm waiting.
Spin out the Hart Dynasty idea into some kind of Canadian wrestling thing.
Renee Dupree and David Hart Smith.
Yeah.
You've got something. You've got
Santino.
something.
I have poor Santino, who is actually Canadian, but will not be able to join.
We could. Well, I mean, Renee would be fine on his own. I'm less excited about Santino and Smith, but
my point was just being like he'll get left alone by his tag team partner, and then I thought about it and I was like, oh, he's also Canadian, but no, he's not.
Wait,
that sounded right. I meant to say he's portraying an Italian man, a man from Italy.
Oh yeah, that's true. He's not Canadian. Yeah,
yes.
That's true.
I had to make that clear after I said he's Canadian, but he's not. That sounded terrible.
Yeah, it would make very little sense then unless we did a character retooling for Santino, which I think could work, but I actually think this like Milan wrestling champion thing we've got going for him, I think is landed well enough to keep.
No, I like it too, and I also think kind of if he does end up getting left behind in this, I think that gives him something.
That is also possibly true. And let's not forget, his comedic chops are excellent. So even though we've avoided doing the real life stuff with him, I don't think it'd be the end of the world if that's where he lands.
Yeah, even then, like I think the past couple months and stuff like that of the Miracle on Town angles, he has been funny. Like
that is true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, are we fitting in another match here? I don't think I want to. Generally speaking,
probably fair.
But I don't really know what else we're going to do on this show. Let's go through the storylines, just make sure we've hit everything. But I think we have, but let's just check. Oh, I guess Chavo Guerrero I was going to have cut a promo. Maybe now is a good time for that.
You can do that.
Let's have a look at this stuff first then, I guess. Okay, let's go do the...
I
said do the promo. You stayed on the storylines because I was like, okay, let's just do that. And then you went off.
Yeah, my brain took long enough to go, oh, yeah, okay, we should do that now. Then we'll look again at who we haven't used.
Yeah. I think Chavo's just going to say, look, I don't know. So I was going to say, look, I'm going to get my way back to the title. But I do think Chavo should be a bit more pissy, a bit more bitter. Do you have any angle for this? Chavo... I don't know. Yeah, do you have any angle for this? I think Chavo's goal right now is to win the world title back. But like, what's he saying about it? Because he's lost twice now.
I wonder if he can be upset that in his perception he's been beaten by a rookie. Somebody with such limited wrestling experience, a legacy like him, somebody who has generations of this born into his fucking brain.
Maybe he pulls that line where it's like I don't think this is actually true, but there's this like myth about like playing new chess players sometimes is harder than playing good ones because they're unpredictable. Oh,
I said that in the Raw, where I was like, new people, they be doing crazy shit. You cannot account for that. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. I don't know. It's still not fully landing with me.
Okay.
Like even before like your
Yeah. I get what you're
that, I
saying.
was kind of yeah.
Maybe Chavo can be like, Bobby, you might be feeling great right now. Top of the world, world heavyweight champion. You've beaten me. You've got a triple threat on Saturday. Good luck, by the way, champ. Because I'm going to be waiting for whoever wins it. But listen here. All you need to look back on is history and look at the men who have stood between me and my destiny. Look at Batista. Where is he now? Look at The Undertaker. Where is he now? So yeah, sometimes I lose. Sometimes I get knocked down. God, my whole life has been getting knocked down. But in the end, I win. Because I'll still be here. I'll keep surviving. And I'll keep crawling my way back to the World Heavyweight Championship because that is what I do. So enjoy it while it lasts, Bobby. Because in the end, I always get what I want.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
Four?
Yes.
One last thing that's
sure.
Yeah, one last thing that's jumped in my brain there from the Hardy video upon you saying The Undertaker. You may not have caught this because second monitor stuff. But when Edge is talking to Matt Hardy on the cutting edge, and he's running down all the people who it could be, all the people who have like issues with Jeff Hardy or have a reason to want to get near the belt. Before he says The Undertaker's name, he does like a slight pause and like looks up and like around the arena and then says The Undertaker. And I was like, that's
cool.
so fucking sick. Because they would have just done their match earlier that year. So I was like, that's so fucking awesome. Well done.
That's cool.
There's the pause before he says his name. I was like, oh shit, that's so great.
I think we can have our Roderick Strong. No, not Roderick Strong. Gregory Helms.
Yep.
Bones Jones match.
Hell yeah.
Okay. This is a match where I'm happy to put it together sort of as what is the best version of this match we can do.
It is the best version of this, time-wise.
I think it's longer. I think it's main event feel.
Okay.
I think it's like... Thinking? My instinct was late teens.
Okay.
But I'm also down for longer than that.
Okay, because I think as has kind of become a tradition on here, I'm a little bit lower on that. I was like 12, 15 range.
Because I don't think this is a sprint. I don't think either of these men are best in a sprint.
Fair. Yeah, you're probably
right.
If
we think of all of the like AJ
Helms
main event style matches, they're almost all 20 plus.
Helms is only 34, but he is already slowing down. Like, I mean, he's probably not in the game, but...
Wait, show me the stats again. Athleticism 70, stamina 90, flashiness 76. I don't know. He's not...
I guess my point would be I would not expect him to come out of the gate super hot in this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Gregory Helms stylistically as a flashy, fast worker anyway. He's sort of like a grappler with some flashier elements mixed in.
Right, yeah, and that's why he's the Heat.
Yeah. Although Styles... who's Styles? I don't know. Jones... oh my God. Will Joey. Work... yeah, he's a Raw guy.
Oh, my bad.
Jones will work grapple, do the technical stuff as well, which is nice, which is why I think this will be slower. And then obviously it's going to be Jones who does the heat segments. I think 18 is a fine number, and I was definitely leaning longer, so I don't know if that's okay with you. I guess I could go on 17 if you want to claim back the extra minute, if you think it would be worth it.
Yeah, we'll go 17. I like 17.
All right. Cool. Huh.
Oh my God, stop telling me things. I don't care, computer. Jesus.
You need to uninstall some of these programs, dude.
That's my operating system.
What did it say?
It was like, updates completed.
That's fair. I mean, I don't auto-update, but I don't think it's unreasonable to auto-update.
Okay.
Although what I will say, again, I don't take this advice I don't know too much of what I'm talking about. I do think it's not great to auto update because sometimes they push updates that fuck you. So yeah. So I would maybe look into that. You could wake up one day and have a brand new operating system if people actually having that happen to them.
I remember there was one day where I was at work and stuff like that, and it wasn't the day where they put out that one really big patch that like crashed a bunch of stuff globally. There was like one Windows update or something like that where it was like, I don't think you could like sign in anymore or something. Something just like terribly broke, and I happened to be at work and my computer wouldn't be on, so I just bypassed it.
Nice.
I was like, cool. Excellent.
Nice. God, turning off your computer. Who are you? A reasonable person? I'm sat over here with my 2-month uptime over here. I think. Ooh. Just opened my task manager on the stream. That's great.
I've only recently become like very aware of.
I'm only at 10 days right now. It's not that bad.
I've only recently become like hyper aware of like the computer in most things. So because now I recognize like, damn, these devices just run 24/7. Like, they just kind of run until they die. Like that's just how most parts work. That's wild.
Yep, pretty much. And there are, again, I'm not too up to date on this stuff, but there are some electronic devices in which the process of rebooting is stressful on the parts to the point where it's sometimes better to just leave it on the whole time.
Something I'm getting lately with my computer, which is weird, is when I do when I go to like shut down and stuff like that, it'll kick me back to like the login page, like the boot up screen essentially for Windows 11, whatever this one is.
Yeah.
And it won't turn off. Like I could go and do it again, and it won't turn off. It'll go black and then reset me back to that screen. I have to like physically hold the button down on the computer for it to turn itself off, and that's only sometimes. I don't really know what causes that, but
that's strange. I don't like the way. Maybe it's just because I feel like there are a lot of things in which this is just a natural thing that you just don't like change. But I really do think that since like XP, Windows has just been kind of getting worse.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000%, yeah.
On that cheery note, So, what storyline purpose is this match serving? Because this could easily be just in a vacuum, just a match in which, like, obviously these two don't like each other, and we have reasons for that. But we don't necessarily advance the storyline here. It's just like Bones wins, and we move on, and we keep telling the story next week. Or we could get Millennium involved somehow, or we could use this to spark the feud between these two guys, or something.
Greg has never formally joined Millennium.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
This is either Alan wins and we figure out how to run something back here at some point, or Helms wins this with help from the Millennium guys, and this is the start of the Jones descent.
Right. Remember, we have you're remembering we have the 6-man at SummerSlam, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Right. So cool. Okay. So it would build back to that in theory.
It could still be the start. It'd be a slow start.
I think maybe just Jones wins this then, man.
I don't know. Well, now that you pitched it, I kind of don't mind the idea of specifically Roddy, because the other two guys are kind of busy tonight, but specifically Roddy helps, and then next week we kick things off with that promo you wanted to do. I can't even remember exactly what it was, but I remember it was Helms in the ring with them. Which I think is good.
Yeah, I'd be down to do that.
I think so too, but as long as Jones is okay with this, with just a protect.
Yep. Cool. I thought so.
I thought so too, probably. I don't imagine Roderick Strong. Gregory Helms is that low on the totem pole these days. Although I'm sure he's dropped. Okay. Main event then.
Do you want to spend anything here to get one of those Kong ideas?
I thought about it when we were sending. I thought about it when we were sending the event ideas. I think because we did. You know what? Actually, go on. Yeah, let's do it.
My idea is just like the more shows we just try to chip away at it.
Yeah.
We just try to get it done.
You're right.
It's not gonna work here anyways. Dead man. Dead man.
Man is dead.
Man is dead. All right. Get everybody out to the ring.
Yep. Get Kevin Nash as the host.
Yep.
/ moderator. Bobby Lashley, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure this is going to be a long angle in which like we've got a lot of things that we don't say. Like I'm sure there's a lot of like Bobby Lashley, telling them how much he respects them, but how he's going to beat them respectfully. And I think the big crux of this angle for me is who do I want to be the one to say it? I think Triple H, because I think this is a little bit goofy. It's not like goofy, but it's goofy enough that I think Shawn's the guy to react to this. And eventually, I think Triple H is going to square up to Bobby Lashley and say, this is the championship that I've won more than any other man. And this Saturday, I'm going to pin you in the middle of this ring, and I'm going to become the world heavyweight champion. And Shawn is going to like realize that, oh, yeah, we are all going to fight for the belt on Saturday. And he's going to get on the mic and say, wait, hold on, Hunter. Because as we talked about, the best man's going to win. And as we all know, out of the two of us, I rate my odds. I don't know if you...
visual where...
Go ahead.
Triple H like steps up to Lashley as he's saying those lines, and they're like, well, almost eye to eye. I think Lashley is a little bit taller than Triple H, maybe. But they're staring each other down, and then as Shawn makes that realization, he kind of like creeps into the background to stand between the two of them. He's like, okay, I'm also in this. What the fuck, guys? Like,
do you have any other lines for any of these guys or moments? I like to think a lot of this is Kevin Nash cracking jokes with the pair of them. Yeah,
no, I like that.
I think Kevin's also going to hype it up. Like, this is like, it's San Francisco. It's the lights out bright. It's a huge main event. 3 icons of the business, 3 superstars are going to compete for my World Heavyweight Championship.
I kind of like the idea that Nash was like, hey, listen, it's all good for me. I either walk out of this with one of those two as my world champion, or Bobby gets it done, and there you go. He's my star now.
Cool. Yeah, anything else? Do we... I think we do end on just the 3 of them, like, staring at each other. I think that's probably the way to do it.
Yep. I like it.
Okay. Cool.
Is this 8?
So, I'm wondering if we break it up at all. So, it would only be 2 sections, I think. It would be entrances and then the signing.
Yeah, okay, we could do that.
Cool. Let's go. Let's book. No, I think we book in the signing here. Just keep it exactly the way it was, because you've already got it booked in, basically.
The work is done. You're right.
Yeah.
And do you want to change this though? That was my only thing, because Working the Crowd will be the note on the entrances. Do we want to change this because they're probably talking?
They are talking, but this is the default one here in contract signing, right? So this implies to me that it's the right one to use.
Fair play.
Because remember, Working the Crowd also can be talking. In fact,
it is, I guess,
by
talking.
mechanics, it is actually talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird stuff. But anyways, yeah. World Heavyweight Championship contract signing.
Yep. And I think this goes 6. This part.
Yep.
And then I would add another part where it's just Kevin Nash.
Part 3 momentarily as I add part 2, so it can become part 1, so that this can become part 2, and then I can restructure. Oh,
I do this part 3. No, keep that part 3 because I think I'm gonna do this as 3. Okay, cool. Yep, and part 1 I think is just Kevin Nash in the ring cutting a promo. Yeah, and you don't have to add anyone else in there.
Yep,
and it's 2 minutes.
This will be hype. Will be, I guess, also hype.
I think 3 could be like storyline development or serious or character development. Cool.
I like storyline development. How long is this?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 4 minutes Working the Crowd on all 3 guys. Kevin Nash non-speaking appearance.
Yep.
Or cameo even. and then
That's gonna
add the. Oh, yeah, go ahead. I think it's generic.
I guess, yeah.
Add the Triple H angle idea into this.
Yep.
And
I have to add that Kozlov idea too.
I think you did.
Already.
Yeah.
I did, yes. I don't like that they don't remove them from the drop bar. They just have this extra little. Or it should, in my mind at least, this should be higher up. This should be the first thing you see underneath. Currently assigned, yes or no, and then success rating.
Could also be colored. I think that would also help.
Yes, if it was like yellow or something like that, when it was yes, that would be nice.
Do we want to talk victories here?
Are we getting any?
Well, they're all hyping each other up, or themselves up, I guess.
We could do minor victories.
Sure. You sounded reticent there, but I realized it wasn't because you don't like the idea, I think. It's just because you're very careful about doing these.
To make sure I chose my words correctly, yes.
Oh, what a sick storyline name, by the way. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know where or when Bobby Lashley was titled The Destroyer, but I always loved that one.
I don't really know. I'm mostly guessing, but also kind of trying to remember. I think it was TNA. I think it was.
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been. I just always liked that name.
I agree. And I like it's a little bit more catchy, I think, than the Dominator.
To be fair, I do think they kind of did get a winning one late here with the Almighty label.
Yeah, that is sick.
The Almighty Bobby Lashley is pretty fucking sick. I mean, so sick that he kept it when he jumped over. So,
where's he gone?
Like AEW.
Wow,
AEW.
Really? God damn! Just not
Shelton and MVP are the boys.
Okay, I mean that is cool, but in a vacuum, Bobby Lashley's not the kind of guy they should be going after. But
I agree, but honestly, they did it for Shelton, and Shelton has been worth it. Shelton is
that seems reasonable.
So fucking good. It is absurd. Like, I have no clue what the fuck they were doing in WWE, like, where they just did not seem interested in using him. He's fantastic. Like, absolutely.
Can we have a look at the analysis to see if we want to book any dark matches?
Yeah.
Put Flash at ringside. Don't do it yet, but after we're done on this screen.
We think about
for the Tyson Kid.
This one might be just throwing one out there. Like, it doesn't need to happen. Drew and the McAllisters and some kind of 6-man.
I was thinking that, but I don't think there's a good team to fight them with. So my alternative to you is a Deuce and Domino tag match in the pre-show, and then Drew singles match in the post-show.
I like that.
Cool.
Did you mean to say Deuce and Domino?
I did. I knew. Okay. I know they're not the Highlanders.
Yes, okay. Sure, you said that like it was. Yeah.
I don't really care that much about getting the Highlanders on screen, or not on screen, but like working. I think Miracle on Taunt could be fine here.
Yeah.
Cool. 5.
Yep.
Miracle on Taunt win pre-show. And then what about McIntyre versus Nobunaga?
I like it.
Seven.
Yep.
Highlanders at ringside.
Call.
Did you put Flash at ringside for the Tyson Kidd match?
I haven't yet, no.
Cool. Put that on the post show.
Oh, yes, thank you. The main event.
The main event. Almost there. Down. Up. Stop. Down.
Oh, down we go. I literally couldn't see it. That's crazy. I looked up and down the list and I'm like, these are all angles. What the fuck? And you were like, up and down. I'm like, where? It's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. I've never I don't know. Normally, I can make. I think it's the Helms versus Jones later thing because my eyes kept going up to that, and then they go down, and I'm like, these are all angles. What the
fuck? We do have a sea of angles there. Okay, I like that show.
I like it too.
Cool. Let's run it. Let's
run it.
Hope Vlad can nail this. Look, I would be happy with a 50. I would be delighted with a 50.
I will be happy with a 38.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Nice.
Simmering and expectant. Domino was off his game. I guess he was thinking too much about his newfound friendship with Cherry.
Geez. Oh no, it was Domino. You're right. Oh my god. I think that's her in the picture. What's he doing? What's he doing? Too close.
No touch.
Kevin Nash, get away from me. SmackDown intro. We'll have that later.
Yep.
Yep.
Everyone's off their game today.
Based using the ropes, Finley.
Yep.
I don't like how you young guys conduct yourselves.
Maybe that's what he's talking about. You know, they're not vicious enough. They're not.
They're working harder, not smarter.
That's it.
I have to educate Evan Bourne on. You could just like pop your feet on the rope, bro, and it's over. You don't gotta do the backflip thing.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I like that.
This was Doug Basham taking Jack Swagger under his wing
and asking him to be in his corner on Saturday to see him become champion again.
Sure, that's booked in. It is. It's Christian.
Josh Matthews was very underwhelming.
Very underwhelming.
This is booked in for SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
Nice.
We will have that later.
Yep.
Come to SummerSlam.
Yep. Well, buy it.
Based.
Oh,
Senton Torres. It'd be really funny if we did have Cole call it Senton Psychosis, and then
he's paying tribute to the recently unmasked Luchador Psychosis.
I was gonna say Trish can just be like, you don't see it. You don't hear yourself saying that. Okay. All hope people seem really stupid to me. I feel like I should just be in charge of everything or something. I don't know. Yep. Renee blows up on Taz finally again.
Retard.
So pissed. Nice.
Hell yeah.
We can shortly book that in.
Yeah.
That was not a pun because of their heights.
I didn't take it as a pun. That was funny there. I like it.
Thank you. I did not intend it. So
Idol Stevens has a comedy gimmick and so is suited to being comic relief.
Funny how that works.
Huh. Funny?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. The crowd have been simmering all night. Come on, get off on your feet. We're about to send an evil Russian out.
Yeah, that's really good things. Okay.
Yep.
I thought that was him for a sec. I was like, what happened? He struggled.
Okay.
You probably would have cracked your 50 if this was a success.
I'm kind of surprised it did so well.
I am as well. I'm stunned.
Oof. Do we have any other matches before our main event?
I think we do.
Let's go. Nice.
The answer is no.
Yes. The answer is yes. There.
Yes, you're right. I can't see apparently today.
You're also scrolling really far down. It's right at the top.
You're right. I'm blind, Todd. There we go. As I was saying, you're all super excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Warming back up after a boo. USA. USA. And Big Show punches a guy.
Like, yeah, all right.
Okay. I can get back on board with this.
Things seem all right.
And then immediately Big Show references Iraq and names his fist the WMD.
I love it.
There we go. I got to the real life name eventually.
Yeah. You got it. Big punch. We can book it in.
We can.
Deon Torres, Rey Mysterio. They're going to take on Evans and Kidd for the WWE Tag Team Championships.
Base ass match.
Base ass match indeed.
Almost all of the SmackDown titles are on the line on Saturday.
Nat Hart's pissed.
Again.
Yep. Chavo Guerrero's going to await the winner of the triple threat.
Main event, I think. Nice. Yeah.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good. So Helms gets the victory after Roddy interferes. What the hell does that mean? Stay tuned next week.
And then the contract is signed. Yeah.
Very nice, everybody.
Finally, the crowd get off their feet. Woo! Triple H!
The funniest part is that, like, near the end of this run here, I feel like finally Kevin Nash is starting to produce. You know what I mean? Like,
he's starting to feel himself. Yeah,
he's finally starting to carry some of these angles I expected him to be able to early.
Yes, he's carrying this angle.
Okay. All right. I meant it more with the Deon Torres angle that did much better than expected. And then that note as well there. I just feel like he's finally doing it.
Triple H improvised well throughout the segment.
He's the best.
Shawn Michaels came out of this looking excellent.
They thought my idea of him being in between the two big men trying to get his face on the camera was really good, I guess.
I agree. Look great. This was a good show. You better not be pissed, ESPN.
Show stuff, right?
Hey, we got a Drew McIntyre Nobunaga match.
Yeah, there we go. Oh,
crowd are buzzing.
Oh yeah.
Travel home safe, folks.
Also off his game. Something's not right about Jose.
Yeah, it was a rough night here at Saz. It's a fine though, because the main event banged. This was like the best SmackDown in weeks.
I know. Northern Europe.
Sweden.
It was Brian XL.
Huh. Okay, I think
Malcolm XL alongside Smokey Carmichael. Smokey Carmichael is fantastic. Damn, Jesus.
Malcolm XL is also goes hard.
Yeah. Carmichael though, holy.
When we started this stream, there was a chance we'd do SNME today, but we had a little podcast in the middle, so I'm going to say nah.
That works for me.
I think it was a good show, though. I think it was worth. It was fun.
I agree.
It's Ming.
It's Ming. He's in the Hall of Fame for WLW.
Do you have anything else you want to go over? Any one more things about that video we watched earlier?
No, I think I got them all out. Honestly, if you guys were wondering what we were talking about, maybe we should have said at some point. It was the story. Where did I link this? Oh, I linked it in
Creative Ideas, I think.
The story of Jeff Hardy's WWE title journey, 2008. So it's called the story of Jeff Hardy's first WWE title win on the WWE Vault channel. Which
great
obviously
format.
we were watching and talking about for no reason. I just happened to watch that and sent it to Buddy, and we both liked it.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Go check that video out because it is a good format.
It is.
I think there's a guy who's been doing that for ages, and I wonder whether they took a little bit of inspiration from his stuff. They
probably did.
I think the way before I conclude, I think the way they did it, whereas like little snippets from most things, and then they showed a really large amount of the Armageddon match, was just perfect. Like it was a little long for my brain. I did switch off a little at the end, but yeah, no, it's just it's a great length to, like, if you had like an evening to watch wrestling, one of those instead of like a show is good content. All right, thank you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, like around the time when Edge started to come in, I was on my phone. I did start doing the double tap, 10 seconds ahead, 10 seconds ahead, 10 seconds ahead, a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. what were the other 2 days we're doing this week? Is it Saturday, Sunday?
Sunday.
You cut out. Saturday, Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. I heard Sunday. I didn't hear the first thing you said. I just thought you said Sunday.
Yeah, no, both.
Cool. Thanks all. We will see you on the weekend. We're going to do SNME Gold Rush, and then we're going to start building to SummerSlam. We're really not that far away from our big Russia show. Wait, we're doing a show in Russia. There's a big Russian on SmackDown. That must be a coincidence. See you guys.
Totally.